What inspired the name?
Yes, the name. The name was inspired from a YouTube video, a YouTube channel called SciShow, featuring Hank Green, Vlogbrothers, old school YouTube, if you're familiar with that, where he talks about extreme cannibalism of animals. And I saw this term Adelphophagy used in that video, and I was like, that's it. That's a death metal band. I'm fucking using that. So, since I saw that video, I kept that in the back of my mind, and I checked the metal encyclopedia kind of on an annual basis.
Which one of you technically started the band?
I guess it was kind of a happy accident. It was very much a byproduct of boredom and isolation from the COVID pandemic in 2020. We were both still employed, luckily, and trying to fill some of that time we had in between working and everything else in life that you couldn't really participate in. And I decided that I wanted to try to figure out how to teach myself how to record some music. And so we decided to start jamming on some of that stuff, since our other band, Mass Casualty, wasn't getting together for practices or playing any shows or anything. And it kind of just snowballed from there.
So I guess you could say a little bit of both, because the name was my idea, and we kind of came together with trying to get together and play and create this project together. And Tom was kind of more of the spark with that, so I guess you could say a little bit of both.
Did the demo come out of pandemic boredom?
Yes.
100%, yeah. We were bored as shit.
Pandemic boredom and many, many beers.
So many beers. Fucking cheers.
So, what's up with all the pancake references?
So the pancake references come from another one of our very dumb, drunk ideas. So I had the idea to include, as far as lyrical content, it's like, let's take the instructions off of a Bisquick box to make pancakes into a song. I don't want to sit here and write lyrics. I don't want to think about things, so fuck it. Let's make a death metal song out of how to make pancakes. So we came up with Bisquick, and at least the front half of the lyrics for that song are my own thoughts. But after that, it's just straight off the box.
Fucking word for word, ain't it?
Some songs are totally different from others. Who writes the breakdowns and who writes the tech stuff?
I'd say for the most part we collaborate on everything.
Sure.
I for sure am usually the guiltier party with the breakdowns, because I definitely enjoy a good chug or two. And as the band and the project has evolved, we've certainly focused more on trying to be more on the tech and the brutal side, unless I'm just like breakdowns, I would say.
Yeah.
And that's purely out of shifting from a project where we are only doing studio stuff, and honestly kind of 3 sheets to the wind half the time we're doing it, versus trying to do something where we are going to be playing it live and taking it a bit more seriously, I'd say.
Yeah. We both tend to have ideas that are both more breakdown style and more techy style. We challenge each other with our riffs. Like, there's tons of riffs where Tom gets frustrated. Chris, you're a piece of shit for writing that.
That for sure, motherfucker, I'm about it.
And I do the same. So from time, an equal amount of times. Like, fuck you, Tom. That riff is really hard. What are you doing with your life? Why are we doing this shit? So it's pretty even with that. It's definitely not like one of us writes all the tech stuff and one of us writes all the breakdowns. It's an even split for the most part.
Did you ever think this would become a live band?
I had no considerations for this to be a live band. I purely considered it to be just like a fun, drunken fucking fever dream where we were just kind of learning how to do things and hopefully use it for some future project. And I mean, luckily it turned into the same thing, and the Adelphophagy project evolved from COVID shenanigans because we were bored during lockdown to actually like playing shows and people digging our jams.
Yep. Yeah, we're really happy with the way things have turned out. Mike's been a great addition to the band, and
Huge
we're really
asset.
happy that we're actually able to perform these songs live. When we were initially approached about doing these songs live from Great Undone, it was, hey, so you guys, this will be an easy transition, right? Because you guys know all this. I'm like, we didn't write any of this shit down, so we're gonna have to completely relearn it all.
We may have improvised a thing or two on some of those albums.
Yeah. But to answer the question, no, we didn't expect to be playing this stuff live, and we're very happy we are. But no, the initial intention was just
Have some fun.
put it all online and
Put it out there into the void.
yep.
Are any of your songs serious? Or is there some level of goofy to all of them?
So it's a mix. It's like seriously goofy. A lot of our lyrics were really goofy, but we take our music seriously. We want the instrumental portion to come across as serious, and even like the way that we put our vocals down to come across as serious. But a lot of the lyrical content can be goofy.
Yeah. To me especially, I feel like death metal lyrically has become so cliche to a degree where it's just more or less a pissing contest of who can be the most brutal and write about the most fucked up things. And like, god damn it, like we made an awesome song about pancakes, and there's nothing you can really do about it. That song slaps, and lyrics sometimes are less important than the vocal delivery and the rest of the stuff going on, if you ask me.
Especially in the vein of death metal, like people aren't looking for like what are they saying with every lyric, what does it mean? They're looking for the how brutal is it, and that's what we want to deliver. But also, if you look at some of our lyrics, it's like, that's pretty goofy. But there's definitely a handful of tracks that we have that there is something that we want to actually convey, but I guess it's up to you to decide which is which.
But I would say for certain, on our latest album, Homicidal Schematics, a lot of the lyrics that Mike brought to the table have been fantastic. They are very much of a horrorscape, and they're really awesome. They're not anything I could think of very quickly or easily, and they're fantastic. But we still keep some goof in there too, so you'll just have to find it.
Omnicidal Schematics is a huge step up from the early days and sounds like an even collaboration between the three of you. Do you plan more songs like Self-Flagellation Sermon? Please write more songs like Self-Flagellation Sermon.
First of all, thank you for the kind words and support. Appreciate you listening to it and enjoying it to the point where you want us to write specifically more like one song. That song in particular, we put a lot of effort into writing. On the EP, Omnicidal Schematics, we put a lot more effort into. Mike had something to do with that, and having a live band focus really kind of put a lot into that as well with trying to be more focused and put more effort into our writing style than just let's slap something together and throw it out into the void.
Yeah, I would also say, coming from a basement recording engineer standpoint, going from where we started, where I was literally learning how to like push the record button, to where we're at now, about 3.5 years later. I've learned a lot from the magic of Google and through some of the Reaper tutorials on how to do things and how to help EQ stuff. So not only writing wise, but I hope sound wise too, that you guys can notice the evolution that we've been able to have, while still being a very, very DIY band.
If you could pick another food theme for the band, what would it be?
Tacos.
I was just gonna say tacos.
Tacos. Although honestly, tonight's wing night, and like fucking badass McGee over here, it could be wings.
Could be wings, but it's for sure tacos.
Probably tacos.
You have more. I feel like you have more variety with tacos than you have.
I don't know, man. It's
You could do
buffalo. I feel like buffalo death metal
You have
with
two different
wings.
kinds of shells.
You could have 2 different kinds of wings. You could do a split order, son.
Cost you extra.
I'm worth it. Plus, you actually see our show. We do 2 different kind of wings. We're singing about buffalo and fucking barbecue.
More different kinds of tacos. You got
$5.
You know what kind of meat you're putting in there, what kind of shell you got.
Yeah, but guac's extra.
Block.
Yeah, I know, fuck guac, but fuck guac, folks.
For sure.
Don't pay for guac.
If you like guac, you're wrong.
It's just an avocado. Fuck, we're gonna get in trouble.
I would give a shit.
And who are your favorite death metal bands of all time, considering any and all subgenres of death metal?
Subgenres.
For me, Suffocation, Cytotoxic, and Cannibal Corpse. I'm also a big fan of Symbolic Carnage. They're a huge influence on me in my bass playing, especially with the later years with Nick Sheffield. There's a lot of other great bands out there. Those are my biggest influences. That is not meant to be an all-inclusive list. That's just the biggest for me.
Yeah, off the top of my head, if you've never met me, I'm a huge fucking nerd for Death. I love that band so hard. I was lucky enough to see when they did the Death to All tour, the original one with Gorguts, who I'm also a really huge fan of, some of that really dissonant shit.
Touring with Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, I know. Them and Mayhem. Again, Cannibal Corpse, that's kind of where Chris and I have some of that crossover. Love that shit. And I like some of the really stupid techie stuff, Archspire, older Cattle Decap, and some of that stuff as well. Other bands that I take big influence from, I really love some of the groove stuff going on with like Dying Fetus, Vulvodynia, some of that slammy stuff. So I kind of take a little bit from all that and try to blend it to the best of my ability to find that unique sound that we got going on.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, love some tech death, regular death metal.
Fucking slams, buddy.
Fucking slams.
Fucking slams.
Slams, boy.
Slams on slams. That's all the questions I think,
Dave
dude.
Eggs and Slam.
Fucking Uncle Slam? Slams over Miami?
Oh, fuck.